Zack Snyder's Justice League seems to be doing a whole lot more than just basic reshoots, which includes adding new characters to the plot. What does this mean for the whole movie? Let's talk about that right now. Hello everybody and welcome back to Joker's Movie Network. I'm your host Joker, and today we've got really interesting and weird news revolving around Zack Snyder's Justice League. So now that we finally have the Snyder Cut coming out in early 2021 in a 4-part special on HBO Max, we're all wondering what the Snyder Cut is going to look like when compared to the version we got with Joss Whedon. And at no point would I have guessed that Jared Leto's Joker is going to be playing a part in Zack Snyder's Justice League, considering he had no reason to be in the original Justice League to start with. So news has come out that Jared Leto's version of the Joker, which we originally saw in Suicide Squad, is being brought back for Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's right, the exact same Joker that we got in Suicide Squad, but for Justice League. Why? I wish I knew. We all know the story from the start that Jared Leto had a very different Joker and a lot of people didn't like him, la la la. We all know that one already, and I don't even like it. I tried to like it for the longest time, but after recently watching Suicide Squad, it's whatever at this point. I'm over it. I'm ready to move on to whatever Warner Brothers wants to do next. But how crucial is it to the story that we need Jared Leto's Joker to come into Zack Snyder's Justice League to tell this story? And when you include what Jared Leto did on screen and what he did off screen, which was apparently just a bunch of weird shit to the cast, I don't think we need to really involve him anymore with any more DC properties than we've already got, which was one very failed Suicide Squad movie. But, I tried to think positively on this and sit back and think, what is Joker doing in Justice League? What is the point of bringing him in? There's obviously got to be some point. Zack has some kind of a plan. We just don't know what it is. My first thought was taking back to a deleted scene that I was rumored to be told about. I can't even remember where it was. But, there was a bunch of rumors back when Suicide Squad came out, especially the fact that they shot so much footage with Jared Leto as the Joker that they could make a whole nother movie with just the scenes they shot for Suicide Squad. They cut out so much of that character. One scene in particular talked about Joker burning down Wayne Manor and then Batman knocking his teeth out, which is why he has the grill in his mouth. If that's a scene they're trying to re-implement into Justice League, maybe if it works, I'd be okay with that. Mainly only because when you look at the Zack Snyder movies, especially with Batman v Superman, Justice League, and Man of Steel, a lot of them are heavily based off of flashbacks that we see from their younger selves. So it really wouldn't surprise me at all if they wanted to use some flashbacks for some of the characters to flesh out what was going on in between Batman v Superman and Justice League, or even Man of Steel and Justice League, especially since there is still a very unanswered question talking about the death of Robin that we see in Batman v Superman, when it's, you've got his suit displayed up in the Batcave and it's got spray painted across it, haha, the joke's on you, Batman, or something like that. So maybe they're trying to play off of that. We might actually get to see that happen. I doubt it, but I'm just trying to throw out ideas for the reasoning as to why you need Joker in Justice League, because as of right now, I'm not on board for the idea. I just don't think it's necessary. And as much as I think that would be the end of it within the 4 hours we have, there's really not a whole reason to add another villain when we're solely focused on Steppenwolf and Darkseid. But just when we thought that was the end of it, there was more news that came out as well involving Joe Manganiello reprising his role as Deathstroke in Justice League. And hearing that Deathstroke would be coming back got me a lot more excited than Joker, just because after the original Justice League that we got, during the end credits scene, we have Deathstroke meeting up with Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor to set him up with some kind of a task, probably some assassination of some sort, probably revolving around the Batman, considering that the next solo Batman film, which was supposed to be Ben Affleck's, revolved around him fighting the main villain of the movie, which was going to be Deathstroke. That, of course, got thrown out the window with most of the DCEU at this point, so now we're just stuck with what we have. And while there has been no official confirmation from anyone with HBO or Warner Brothers that Joe Manganiello is back in Justice League, there are some hints that we can go through, and you really don't have to be a great detective to put 2 and 2 together. Mainly starting with a few months ago, there was an Instagram post from Joe Manganiello talking about how the original end credit scene from Justice League is going to be in the Snyder Cut. Now, whether or not that means it's the exact scene we got in the end credit scene of the original Joss Whedon Justice League, or if that means that there was more on the cutting room floor that they're going to be putting back into that scene and then back into the movie. Also on top of that, sources close to Collider.com gave them an exclusive look at some potential that he's going to be in the movie, mainly with a screenshot that we got from him during a Twitch live stream, which showed Joe Manganiello sporting some nice white hair. Now, of course, he could have just dyed his hair white, but at the same time this is going on, they are also currently doing the reshoots for the Justice League movie right now. So, with him having to have white hair to play Slade Wilson, you can kind of just put it together for yourself and say, okay, he's probably going to be Deathstroke in this movie. But with that, again, the same thing applies with the Joker. Why does he need to be in this movie? How important is his role that he has to be put into this Justice League 4-hour film to tell the story like Zack Snyder wanted to? Is this going to be something like where they take the end credit scene could potentially stay in the movie, but maybe not be an end credit scene? That may just be a scene somewhere in this 4 episodes that we just see. It could be the end of episode 1, episode 2, we don't really know. It may not be an after the credits roll scene like it was originally. And if that's the case, this could also include him showing up in other scenes throughout the 4-episode arc. And if that's what they're planning on doing with Deathstroke, and if that's what they're trying to plan to do with Joker, it makes me wonder if the Snyder Cut has kind of gone beyond what it originally was supposed to be, which was a few, reshoots to finish off the movie and then put it on the shelf and be ready to go. And now I'm thinking they're starting to steer away from that, and instead of making a 4-hour movie cut into 1-hour parts, what I think they're trying to do now is a 4-episodic part of Justice League. So each episode having its own main arc, which ultimately ties into the finale we'll get in episode 4. Which I think would still even then be hard to do, because you don't want to have a main villain focus for every episode when the main buildup is to stop Steppenwolf from getting the mother boxes and then summoning Darkseid at the very end. And considering Darkseid was cut out of the original take of Justice League, who actually knows how this is supposed to play out? So if you want to add Steppenwolf, Darkseid, Joker, Deathstroke, and even, I guess, if you have Deathstroke, that means you do include Lex Luthor for that one scene. So if anything, it looks like they're trying to build the Legion of Doom underneath the fact that you have Steppenwolf and Darkseid to fight at the same time. Now, of course, this is already confirmed that this has no part in the DCEU. This is just Zack Snyder getting able to do his cut of the movie since he originally had to step down because of a personal tragedy. Either way, it sounds cool at first when, they were getting all these actors back and we're getting everyone to play all of these characters in this 4 episodes. It's only 4 hours, though. And even then, if it's like, yeah, we got a great 5 minutes of Jared Leto's Joker that has to be in this movie because it's a crucial key point, is that even the case? And if so, can you not just not put Jared Leto's Joker in there? Because, if it's only there for 5 minutes, what even is the point? And right now, it just sounds like they're just adding a whole lot to it, very much so like the Flash movie that's going on right now, regardless of if the Flash movie is even going to happen or not, because right now, we really just don't know. But since the Snyder Cut's going to be its own thing, separate from the DCEU, I guess they can do whatever they'd like to it. But what do you guys think? Do you think it's cool that we're going to see Joker and Deathstroke? I think it's cool that we'll see Deathstroke in some fashion. Joker, not so much. I just don't see... He already had his time in Suicide Squad, and they're done with it. So I don't know what the plan is from there, but what do you guys think? Are you cool with the idea of seeing Joker and Deathstroke in Justice League? Do you think 4 hours is enough to add in these characters? Do you think they should just pull both of the characters at all, or would you prefer one over the other? Let me know in the comments down below. I want to talk about it. But until we get any more news regarding the Snyder Cut between now and its release on HBO Max, that is going to be it for this video, guys. Remember, if you like what you saw, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more movie news videos, or if you'd like to see anything else. But until then, and as always, I will see you guys next time.